So you'd be surprised how many people turn up to the test late, especially with the way the tests are now. They've got zero tolerance when it comes to lateness. Make sure you know what time your test is, and make sure if there's any traffic situation or if you're living far away, that you get there nice and early and be in the area so that when your test starts, you're not going to be somewhere far away and you're not going to be late for your test. So I've seen lots of people turn up at the wrong test center before because they're booked somewhere else, or they thought they booked somewhere else, or something along the line changed, or the instructor changed the test. You need to make sure that you're checking the confirmation email before you go for your test. Otherwise, you might end up going to the wrong test center. And if you go to the wrong test center and then you find out too late that's the wrong one, you're going to end up going to the other one, the proper one, late. So you need to make sure that you're going to the correct test center. And the easiest way to do this is by checking the confirmation email so that you go into the right place. There's nothing worse than getting to the test center and then realizing that you've forgotten your driving license because you left it at home or because you left it somewhere that you're not sure it is. A few weeks before your test, first of all, make sure you know where your license is. Some people have the licenses somewhere in the house without knowing where it is. So weeks before your test is due, make sure you know exactly where your license is, because if you can't find it, you need to get a new one. And the night before your test, make sure that your license is somewhere that you can actually access straight away, because you don't want to be scrounging around for it in the morning. Without your driving license, the test will not go ahead. So make sure you have your license handy so that you can avoid making this mistake. Some people assume that the driving test center will provide you with a car. This is incorrect. You need to bring your own car. And if you don't have your car with you, you're going to fail the test. You need to either bring your car or bring an instructor with you that has their own car. The test center does not provide any cars. I've seen lots of people come to the test center without a car thinking that they're going to get given one, but that's not the case. You need to have your own car or one with an instructor. So when you bring a car to the driving test, make sure it's suitable. Make sure there's no warning lights on the dashboard when you turn the engine on. If there are any warning lights on there, or there's anything wrong with the car, maybe the tires are not right, the test will not go ahead. So when you come for your driving test, you're going to be given an eye test, and you need to read out a number plate. And if you can't read the number plate because your eyesight is not good enough, straight away you fail the test. So to avoid that, test yourself by reading a number plate from about 6 car lengths away. If you can't do that, you need to go to the optician, get yourself some glasses so that you can read the number plate properly. That way you won't fail the test. So when you're trying to move off, rolling back can be really stressful, and it can happen for a number of reasons. Maybe your handbrake is not on properly. So if your handbrake is not on fully or halfway down, your car can start rolling back. So make sure that it's on properly, and sometimes you might need 2 clicks or 3 clicks. That way it's going to hold the car properly. And then when it actually comes to moving off itself, you can get this wrong if your clutch work is not done properly. If I try to move off, and then if I haven't got my biting point, and then the car starts rolling back, if I don't do anything about this, and the car rolls back too much, that's going to be a serious fault. To avoid that mistake, make sure you use your handbrake, and then get the biting point. And you know you got the biting point when the back of your car dips down. Yeah, so you lift the clutch up until the back of your car dips down, and when that happens, you know you've got enough power now, so the car doesn't roll backwards when you release the handbrake. So I'll try again. So I bring my clutch up, and then the back of my car dips down, and then that way when I release the handbrake, the car should start moving forward, and then that's how you avoid that mistake. This can also happen if you stall and then you allow the car to roll back too far like this because you're not controlling the brakes. If you've stalled for whatever reason, straight away press your clutch down and the brake as well at the same time so that your car doesn't go anywhere. And you notice that when I pressed my clutch down, the car restarted itself. So if your car's got a stop start, it will do that, it will restart itself. That will save you having to turn the key and then turn it off and on again. Also, pressing the brake straight away stops the car from rolling back any further than it needs to, because the examiner will give you a chance to control it, but if you allow it to go back too far, then they're going to have to brake for you, and then that's going to be a serious fault. Even if they don't brake for you and the car goes back quite a lot, you're going to fail your test. So to avoid that, as soon as you stall, brake straight away and then try again to move off. So this can be done without the handbrake as well. Main thing is get the biting point first. Using this way without using the handbrake, you want to feel the car vibrating. When you bring the clutch up, the car's vibrating. I've got my foot on the brake right now, and then once it starts to vibrate quite a bit, not too much, but enough for you to feel the car shaking a little bit, that's enough power for the car to go forward now once I've released the brake. So once it's safe, I come off the brake, and then you see the car starts moving forward. Add a bit of gas as well, and then that way it doesn't roll back. When it comes to pulling over, you want to make sure that you do it at the right time. So let's say I want to stop somewhere on the left there. If I signaled now and I carry on with my signal on, and then I'm going past this road with my signal on, and there's another cars there waiting to come out, this is going to be a problem and potentially a serious fault, because a car coming out of there would think that I'm pulling over and that I'm turning into that road, and then they'll come out as I'm going past the road and could crash. To avoid that kind of mistake, make sure you are, first of all, identifying where you're going to stop before you signal, because a lot of learners, what they'll do is they'll signal straight away as soon as they hear the instruction to pull over on the left. They'll just signal straight away. Avoid doing that. Make sure you see where you're going to stop first, and then check your mirrors and decide where you're going to signal, usually about 3 houses away from where you're trying to stop. And so that way people around you know exactly what you're trying to do, and you're not going to confuse anybody. So like here, if I've been asked to pull over on the left somewhere, I'm not just going to signal, I'm going to choose where I'm going to stop first. I'm going to stop over there just after this grey car, mirror, signal, let everyone know around me that I'm going to pull over on the left, and then actually aim for the place that I was going to stop at. This way I'm not going to have my signal on for too long for no reason, or have my signal on when I'm going past roads. When you get asked to stop, some learners will actually do a nicely signal left, and then they'll stop suddenly like this halfway in the road. You don't want to do that. If someone's behind us, that could cause them to crash into the back of us, and you haven't given them enough warning that you're going to do that. So to avoid those kind of mistakes, firstly, make sure you signal nice and early, taking into account what we just talked about on the previous point. Make sure you're just not too early, but early enough so people around you know what you're about to do. And then think of the place that you're going to stop as well, like we said in the previous point, and then also brake smoothly and early. Let me show you what I mean. So once the examiner has asked me to pull over on the left, I'm going to choose where I'm going to stop. So I'm going to stop after these 2 cars here. So I check my center mirror, left mirror, signal left, and I'm braking early from now. So anyone that was behind me, they'll know already I'm slowing down. And then once I go in towards the curb, I'll do this nice and gradually as well, so that I'm not stopping in the middle of the road. Keep braking gently, get my car straight, and then when I get here, I'll stop nice and smoothly. That way, anyone that's behind me would have got a nice warning that I'm coming to a stop, so that they can back off a bit, and then I'm not stopping suddenly in the middle of the road. I'm stopping once I get my car nice and straight. If the examiner says to you pull over on the left in a safe place, you want to make sure that you're not blocking driveways or places that are going to be inconvenient for other road users. So if they say stop on the left in a safe place, and you just check your mirrors and signal, and then you end up blocking a driveway like now. So if I'm blocking this driveway, this is going to be an issue, especially if another car was trying to come out of this driveway, or if another car is trying to come into the driveway and I'm here blocking them. That's going to be a problem. If they've said to you pull over on the left, you can ignore the driveways on this occasion. That means you can do it. It's not a trick. You can block the driveway, because usually when they say that, there's no other place for you to stop. If they say pull over on the left in a safe place, look for a space that's got a raised curb. So like here, after this car, mirror, signal, I can see there's a driveway before, but then there's a raised curb just after the driveway. So check my mirror on the left, and I'm going to stop with my car just next to the raised curb here. So this way, I'm not blocking any driveways. That driveway is clear, this driveway is clear. If I'd stopped a bit earlier and I realize I'm blocking this driveway here, but there's a space just there, I'll just adjust it by going forward. I'll just check my mirrors first, check everywhere, and then go forward a bit. If there were cars around me, I'll maybe even signal left, just let them know that I'm not coming out. I'm just moving forward a bit towards this space here. And then once I'm sure that it's in the nice space, I can secure my car. That way I'll avoid getting a fail for blocking someone's drive.